Artemis II looks simple on paper. 4 astronauts, one Orient capsule, a loop around the moon and back. But to make that simple loop safe, NASA had to change something fundamental: where the mission intelligence actually lives. In Apollo, the spacecraft was mostly hardware, and the real brains sat in Houston. Telemetry went down, commands came up. But when your crew is days away from Earth, the thinking has to move closer to where the data is generated. That's the idea behind In-Situ Cognition. Instead of pushing data back to Earth and waiting, the spacecraft analyzes and acts right where the data is produced. If you've read or watched Project Hail Mary, that's the extreme fictional version of the idea. A ship that has to reason and survive on its own because Earth is out of reach. To do that, you first need compute in orbit, since compute is the new oil. To run high-level AI there, you must solve the power cooling trap that limits Earthbound data centers. We achieve this through thermodynamic arbitrage, that is abundant solar power and efficient radiation of that heat. On the power side, Google's Project Suncatcher orbital solar becomes 8 times more productive than on Earth due to the lack of atmospheric interference. On the cooling side, companies like StarCloud and Aetherflux utilize passive radiative cooling, dumping waste heat as infrared directly into vacuum. Once that compute layer is in place, you can change how spacecraft handles data. For decades, satellites behaved like cameras with radios. Now, companies like Sophia Space use semantic compression. Instead of images, spacecraft sends insight packets that are interpreted by onboard models. NASA used this intelligence in Orion's digital twin. By processing 500,000 telemetry channels in real time, the system shifts from diagnostic, what happened, to prognostic, what will happen, predicting falls before an alarm even sounds. The crew interacts with this mind through Space Llama, a collaboration between Meta and Booz Allen. Critically, it's hallucination guarded and lacks internet access, grounded strictly in certified mission manuals. Astronauts can ask questions in plain English. It returns only stuff in docs or explicitly says, I don't know, instead of hallucinating and inventing a procedure. This infrastructure is made repeatable through D-Orbit and Loft Orbital, who provide containerized satellite platforms running Linux and TensorFlow. This infrastructure treats orbit as a new sovereign cloud region unified by Axiom Space and Kepler communications. Their high-throughput optical relays and quantum-secure links provide the high-bandwidth laser needed to send only high-value inputs back to Earth. Put together, this is compute in orbit, power and cooling timed to that environment, models that interpret data where it is generated, a guarded knowledge base next to the crew, and a containerized, optically curated platform to run it. Hope you're enjoying the Artemis II launch today.